Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my Booktube-A-Thon wrap-up video, and I'm actually filming, editing, and uploading this video a day early. It is currently Sunday, July 20th, which is the last day of the Booktube-A-Thon, but I am going to be traveling tomorrow and I'm going to be spending the next week at my sister's house, so I wanted to go ahead and do this and get it done and just upload it for you guys to watch. Yeah, I'm going to be spending some time at my sister's over the next week, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time for filming and editing, but I do think that we're going to do a couple of challenges together. A lot of you really enjoyed our first challenge, which was the first sentence challenge, and you guys have been asking me to do another video with her, so I figured why not? Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and get on into it. I completed 6 out of the 7 challenges, and I'll go over them right now. The first challenge that I completed was to read a book with pictures on it, and I did so by reading Saga Volume 2. I also completed the third challenge, which is to read a book with red on the cover. I loved it so much. It was even better than the first one, and I've heard a lot of people say that it just gets better and better, so I'm really looking forward to picking up the third one. I'm actually going to do that this week, so yeah. The next challenge that I completed was to start and finish a series, and I did that with Less Than Zero and Imperial Bedrooms, both by Bret Easton Ellis. Less Than Zero follows teenage Clay as he returns home from college to spend his Christmas break in LA, and he finds that everything has stayed the same, much to his dismay. I actually read Less Than Zero years ago, and I gave it a 5-star rating, but this time around I gave it a 3.5 because I didn't enjoy it as much as I did the first time. Having said that, I still think it's a good book. I think a lot of people can see this book and think it's just about a bunch of teenagers who are doing drugs and living privileged lives and taking total advantage of it, but I think that if you dig a little bit deeper, you'll find something more. And I did. I wouldn't rate it a 5-star, but I still gave it 3.5 stars and I still enjoyed it. And then the second one, Imperial Bedrooms, takes place like 20 years later, following the lives of all of the teenagers in Less Than Zero, which was interesting. You don't really think that these teenagers are going to make it to adulthood considering how they live their lives, how recklessly they live their lives, but it was interesting, and I liked the sequel as well. I think I gave it 4 stars. The next challenge that I fulfilled was to read a book from a genre that you've read the least this year, and for me that has to be classics. I am so ashamed by this fact, but what are you gonna do? I read The Sign of the Four by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This is the second book in the Sherlock Holmes series, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I liked it even more than A Study in Scarlet. Also, I thought it was so cute because Mary obviously becomes Mrs. Watson later on in the story. It was just cute to see that interaction between Watson and Mary. It was also really interesting to see Sherlock Holmes doing some drugs. You know, he's a cokehead apparently. And that's funny because you see Sherlock Holmes, like pictures of Sherlock Holmes with the pipe and the hound and everything, but apparently tobacco isn't the only thing he's smoking, so that was interesting. That was quite interesting. But I really liked how Sherlock and Watson's relationship has become so much more relaxed in this one. They're just quickly becoming the dynamic duo that we all know and love. Really liked it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next challenge that I fulfilled was to read a book that is recommended to you, and that was Landline by Rainbow Rowell. My sister actually recommended this to me because I told her to. The story follows a woman who is having marital troubles, and she discovers a magical phone that can let her have conversations with her husband that took place like 20 years ago. That aspect of it was so interesting, but I didn't feel like it went as far as it could. Like there was really no explanation to that magic phone. It wasn't like, oh, did she have a dream? Did she dream this? Or is she having some kind of episode? Or is this like legitimately a magic phone? And it just kind of breezed over that, and I didn't really like that, and I didn't like how at the end everything was kind of tidied up and wrapped in a bow and perfectly done. I just felt like it was a bit rushed, but overall I do really enjoy Rainbow Rowell's writing and I really love her characters, so I gave it 3.5 stars out of 5. The next challenge that I completed was to read and watch a book-to-movie adaptation. For this one I went with The Sister of the Traveling Pants. I really enjoyed this book. It was one of my favorite series as a teenager, so it was really fun just to dive back into it. If you don't know, the story follows 4 girls who are best friends and they're separating for the first time all summer, and it chronicles each of their vacations and journeys, and then they like send a pair of pants to each other that magically fits all of them despite their different figures. I gave it 4 or 5 stars, and it was just so great rereading it. I really want to finish rereading the series. So if you guys have been keeping up with me, you'll know that that is 6 out of 7 challenges, so I have not completed the 7th challenge, which is to read 7 books. The book that I was supposed to read for this challenge was The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. I've started this book, but I am literally only like 20 pages in. There's no way I'm going to be able to finish it before the end of today. I'm okay with that though. 6 out of 7 challenges isn't so bad, but I will definitely continue reading this and get this read in time for my July wrap-up video. In the comments below, I would love for you guys to let me know what your progress has been through the Booktube-A-Thon. It was a lot of fun and I'm really looking forward to the next one already. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. Sorry that this video has been so rushed, but I literally have like one little bar left of battery, so I have to really hurry up. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say goodbye now, and I will see you guys in my next video.